Hello, folks. What we've got today for you is a game that I have been extremely excited and interested to play for some time. Certainly since it came across my radar, I've been wanting to give this a go. And luckily for me, it also came to Game Pass, so I was able to give it a go at no extra cost. I was going to say for free. It is not free. It is by definition a paid for service, so I did pay for it. This came out on the 15th September 2022 and is released on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. If we're to look at, I'm going to start using this as a sort of jumping on point. So Steam describes this game as a slay to the rhythm of metal and vengeance on an infernal journey through 8 hells. Make them fear for the beat. Metal Hellsinger is a rhythm FPS bursting with demons, badass weapons, and heavy metal music. So, that's the kind of overview of what this is, but does it really tell you what it is? I guess it kind of does. I was loath to use this description, but I think for a lot of people watching this, if I use it, it might help. This is essentially a boomer shooter, but a rhythm game at the same time. What I mean by that is this is a game that takes the essence, personality, looks, and feel of a game like Doom or Quake, and it injects a first-person rhythm game into that as well to just add to the chaos. If these games weren't chaotic enough, it thought it would ratchet that up by making it a rhythm game as well. If you look at this video gameplay that's going on in the background just now, and you decide you don't want to play it, do yourself, if that's absolutely fine. This game is not for everyone, but do yourself a favor and get yourself over to Spotify and listen to the soundtrack. The soundtrack to this game is utterly fantastic. I cannot overstate that enough. It is phenomenal, and I don't even think you need to like metal. I don't think you have to have long hair and go around moshing and punching people in the face and screaming like you've got a sore throat to enjoy this. This is a really, really good soundtrack, and yeah, do yourself a favor and listen to this one. So, as I say, what is it? This is a shooter that's a rhythm game, a first-person shooter that is also a rhythm game. And how that manifests itself is that you go into a heavy metal world, and there's a heavy metal soundtrack playing over the top, and you do more damage, and you can take out enemies more effectively if you shoot in time to the beat. So that is things like, and you've got they vary that up with doing things like, you'll have a sword, you'll have a shotgun, there are pistols. So like the pistols you'll dual wield, which are a lot faster shooting than the shotgun, for example, and that just requires you to sort of keep the beat in a different fashion. If you're using the pistols, you can sort of hit to every single beat, whereas if you're using the shotgun, you're hitting every third or fourth. But what you do as you do that, as you hit to the beat or shoot to the beat, you then level up your sort of accumulator, what's that called? And you do more damage as you go. So the more you can keep to the beat without making mistakes, the more likely you are to take out enemies and do more damage. This is a really, really fantastic version of these games. Graphically, it looks like it fell out of an Iron Maiden album cover. It's really, really nice. It uses the sort of deep reds and blacks to contrast one another with fire and brimstone going about that you would expect from a game like this, and its visuals are a clear nod towards Doom, which again in itself looks like a heavy metal cover. I think in the Masters of Doom book they even say that they tried to design Doom to be like it came from a heavy metal album cover. Sound wise, this game is awesome. You will not be surprised to hear that for the most part this game's sound is dominated by heavy metal music. It has to be, being a rhythm game, and it has to be the sort of dominant sound coming out of the game so that you can enjoy it and actually listen to it to keep the beat. The other things it does is obviously it uses weapons. The gun sounds are decent without being remarkable, as are your swords and your jumping animation, and the demons sound pretty good as well. But if you remove if you remove the rhythm aspect of this game, it just sort of looks and feels like a B tier Doom experience, which is absolutely fine. Doom is Doom, and Doom does Doom very, very well. It's going to be rare that you'll find someone that does Doom better than Doom. So yeah, it's good without being that sort of primo class. But what it does do differently is obviously the rhythm aspect of the game, which is sort of it's more than enough to set it apart from its other competitors in the field. And that's either going to be something you like or don't. Don't get me wrong, this game is hectic in a way that I was not ready for, and it is hard in a way that I was not ready for. When I was sort of going through the gameplay pooling, I found that I had to nod my head along with the beat and then time my trigger pulls with my head nods. Otherwise, I was just making a complete mess of it. If anyone had looked through my living room window while I was playing this game, they would have thought, what a freak is going on. What a freak this boy is. What is he doing in front of his TV? But I just couldn't do it. My brain was not working. So yeah, that was the only way I could get through. So if you're watching this video, just imagine me bopping my head. I did eventually try and move my feet to the beat, which was a little bit of a neater way to play it, but for some reason moving my head to the beat was the most effective way to do this. This game is hard, and like I say, it's not going to be for everyone. I think it's an easy elevator pitch. It is a first person shooter that you shoot in time with the beat, and that is really all that you need to know about this game. If you've got Game Pass, like I say, this is worth picking up and at least giving a go. The music is phenomenal. It's sometimes just hard to keep track of the music while you're also trying not to die. They do an interesting thing that works basically seamlessly in that they have sorry, my headset died there while I was mid-speaking. That threw me right off. What was I talking about there? Yes, the thing that they do that is very seamless is that they introduce singing. So like if you get your multiplier over 16, I think it is, they bring the singing of the tracks in. And it's really, really good because it's not jarring. It doesn't suddenly come in when you hit 16, and when you drop below that, again, it doesn't disappear like hard, like in a way that a rock band or Guitar Hero would. So it's done really well. It is implemented really well. It is just hard, and it's maybe not going to be for everyone, but I would say give it a go. And this is going to be a shorter video this week because, like I say, it's an incredibly complicated game that asks a lot of the player, but actually describing what it is and whether it's worth your time is fairly easy and fairly straightforward. So I think by now you'll know whether this is a video you want to play or not, which I guess is what we're doing here. So yeah, please follow me on Twitter. Please like and subscribe. It really does help as I'm trying to grow the channel and have more people watch my videos. So yeah, follow me on Twitter at DavidSmiley1, and thanks for your time. Bye. This game's really fun.